Hello everyone! Welcome po ulit sa ating Math-Isip YouTube channel where you can find free Tagalog mathematics tutorial. Our topic for today is all about solving problems involving laws of sines and cosines, including bearings. So ito na po yung continuation ng topic natin for week 1 and week 2. So this can actually be week 3. Before yung week 4 po natin. But anyway, if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, let me just remind everyone, kapag hindi pa po tayo nakakapag-subscribe, you can click the subscribe button para laging updated sa mga susunod pang mga lessons. Okay, so without further ado, let's now begin with our lesson. Our learning competency for today is to solve problems involving laws of sines and cosines, including bearings. But before we begin, let's just have a short recap, review of our lesson on laws of sines and cosines. For each triangle, identify whether the law of sines or law of cosines should be used to solve for x or the angle theta. So you can pause this video if you want to answer this and then try to go back later pag nag-reveal na po tayo ng sagot. Okay, let's now reveal the answers. We have figure 1. This is for law of sines. Okay, meron po tayong given na angle, side, and another side. So this is side, angle case. Next one, for figure number 2, we have law of cosines. Bakit? We only have here one side, an included angle, and another side. So this is side, angle, side case. For figure number 3, this is law of sines since we have here angle, side, angle case. Number 4, we have law of cosines ang magagamit dito since we have here side, case. Okay, and then for figure 5, we have here law of cosines. Okay, we have side, angle, side, case. And then lastly, for figure number 6, we will be using law of sines here because we have here side, angle, tapos another angle. Okay, so angle, side. Okay, after the review, let's now proceed to solving problems involving the laws of sines. Okay, for the first example we have here, a farmer wants to put a fence around a triangular vegetable garden. Two angles of the garden measure 48 degrees and 62 degrees. The side opposite the remaining angle is 28 meters long. Find the length of the other two sides of the garden. So first and foremost, you have to visualize. Mas maganda i-drawing natin yung itsura ng ating angle. Okay, so we have here for demonstration only, hindi naman kailangan ganito yung drawing natin. Ano? We can just draw a simple triangle. So here, ano yung mga given natin? Two angles of the garden measure 48 degrees. Let's say ito yung 48 and then 62. Let's say ito yung angle 62. The side opposite the remaining angle is 28 meters long. So itong remaining angle dito, yung opposite side niya, ang measurement niya daw is 28 meters. Now let us find the lengths of the other two sides of the garden, meaning itong dalawang side na ito ang kailangan natin. By the way, this is a angle side angle case. Okay, so pag angle side angle case, ano pong law ang kailangan natin dito? Okay, we will be using here the law of sines. Okay, but first, let the angles be. I-label lang natin yung mga angles natin, ha? Okay, so we have here yung 48 degrees. Let's say this is angle A. And then yung 62 degrees, let's say this is angle B. Therefore, ito yung angle C natin. Itong missing angle, and then let us label the sides as well. We can have this one as angle side A kasi nga opposite siya ng angle A. Opposite ng angle B will be side B, and opposite of angle C, which is 28 meters na given, yan na yung side C natin. Okay, now let's continue. Let's find the third angle. Okay, so we have here the third angle C. How can we find it? Using now the we have the measurement of all interior angles in a triangle, which is 180 minus yung dalawang given na angle natin. We have 48 and 62. Therefore, our answer is 70 degrees. Okay, ang angle C natin is 70 degrees. Okay, now that we have completed these angles, ano na ang susunod? We can now find the lengths of the other two sides of the garden. So, pwede na nating gamitin yung sine law natin. Okay, so we have sine law. we will solve first for side A. Ito muna ang isolve natin. Pwede rin naman yung B. Okay, it's up to you. So how do we use again sine law? Kukuha lang tayo ng dalawang pairings dyan. Okay, so we have here these pairings. A over sine A is equal to C over sine C kasi yun yung mga involved dito. So to solve for A, let's substitute. Sine A, angle A is 48 degrees. Side C is 28 meters and then sine C, angle C is 70 degrees, yung na-solve natin kanina. Now, let us cross-multiply this one. Ito yung makukuha natin. Divide it by sine 70, both of them. Therefore, we will have 22.14. Okay? Last time, tinuro po natin kung paano gumamit ng calculator. And for our final answer, it's just approximately 22.14 meters. Okay, that's for side A. Now, let's find side B naman. Okay, so this time, let's go for side B. We will use the sine law, pero ibang pairings naman ang gagamitin natin. Instead of A, gamitin na natin si B and si C. Okay, so using this formula, we will just substitute. Ano po ang ating sine B? It's 62 degrees, the angle B. Ganun pa rin sa C, 28 meters, and then angle C is 70 degrees. Okay, cross-multiply ulit ito. We will have 28 sine 62 degrees and then divide both by sine 70 degrees. Okay, para makuha natin yung 26.31. Approximately, our measurement for side B is 26.31 meters. Therefore, the lengths of the other two sides are 22.14 meters and 26.31 meters. So naka-round off po ito sa second decimal place. Okay, let's have example number 2 for problems involving sine law. Okay, let me read the problem. A drone is flying above a straight road. From the drone, the angles of depression to two road signs are 48 degrees and 35 degrees. The two road signs are 6 kilometers apart and are on opposite sides of the point directly below the drone. How far is the drone from each road signs? Okay, take note, hinhighlight po natin yung opposite side dito. Importante po ito. Okay, so let's draw the problem. Okay, so since we have here a drone flying above a straight road. So ito po yung ating straight road. And there are two road signs. Okay, dalawang road signs. Pero if you notice, this is opposite side. Sabi nga kanina, no? So opposite side meaning nasa right yung isang road sign, nasa left yung isang road sign. And the drone is just above the straight road. Okay, so kung ilalagay natin itong tinatawag nating line of sight. Okay, tandaan ito yung line of sight natin kasi nabanggit dito yung angle of depression. Okay, you already learned this in grade 9. And kapag may angle of depression, natural meron din tayong angle of elevation. Mamaya makikita natin, no? Okay, so let us now illustrate this angle of depression. So the first angle is 48 degrees dito sa left side. So this is 48 degrees dito sa first road sign natin. And the second angle form dito sa second road sign natin na nabuo is yung 35 degrees angle of depression. Okay, now, merong nakasulat dito sa given 6 kilometers apart yung dalawang road sign natin. So we can label this side as 6 kilometers. So andito na po yung triangle natin. Okay? Ang given lang natin is itong isang side. The others, the angles are not yet given. Pero meron tayong clue which is yung ating mga angle of depressions. Okay? So we can say that we have here angle A. Pwede nating sabing ito yung angle A natin. Ito yung angle A natin which is also 35 degrees. Bakit po 35 degrees ito? Okay, remember, yung opposite ng ating angle of depression is the angle of elevation and they are actually the same. So, angle of elevation kapag ang perspective natin is nandito na sa baba, dito sa road sign, no? So, remember also, in your geometry, these are what we call the alternate interior angles because we have here two parallel lines. At meron tayong tinatawag na alternate interior and they are congruent. So parehas lang po ang kanilang measurement. Okay, so angle A is 35 degrees and let's say this is angle B. Okay, ito namang angle B, it's the same with this angle. So kung 48 ito, 48 degrees din po ito. So again, they are alternate interior or the opposite of angle of depression. We have angle of elevation pag nandito po yung ating line of sight. Okay, now we can now label this as point C. Okay, this is now our angle C. So ano po ang pwede nating mahanap dito sa triangle? By the way, let's label the parts. We have side A and then dito naman is side B, yung opposite lang ng mga angles natin. And then side C, itong opposite ng angle C, which is 6 kilometers. Okay, now this is what we call the ASA case. We have a given angle, a given side, and another angle. So, angle, side, angle. Okay, now let's find the third side or the third angle, I mean. So, ito po yung ating third angle, which is angle C. Pwede na natin tong mahanap using our sum of interior angles of a triangle 180 degrees. I-subtract lang natin yung dalawang given which is 35 and 48. Therefore, our answer will be 97 degrees. Okay, so pwede na nating ilagay dito si 97 degrees. Okay, there you go. Now, we can use the sine law in order for us to find the different parts kasi ang hinahanap natin dito is how far is the drone from each road sign. So, ito pong distance from this drone. And then, itong first road sign, itong side A, ito po ang hinahanap natin. Aside from that, pati rin po itong side B, the distance from the drone, and then the second road sign. Yun yung hinahanap natin. So, let's now use the sine law. So, let us first solve for side A, okay, using this pairing. Let's substitute. We have angle A which is 35 degrees, angle C which is 97 degrees, and then we have side C which is 6 kilometers. Cross multiply lang natin yan, then divide both by sine 97 degrees. Therefore, our answer will be 3.47. So again, we have 3.47 kilometers. Yun po yung unit natin and ito po yung distance ng drone sa first na road sign. Okay, now let's solve for the second distance or yung side B naman. Okay, using another pairing from our sine law, okay, we will substitute. We have angle B is 48, angle C is 97, C is 6. Let us cross multiply this one. We will have this and then divide by 97 degrees. And then using your calculator, makukuha mo na si 4.49. Okay, so side B or the distance is equal to 4.49 kilometers. Okay, there you go. The distances from the drone to the two road signs are 3.47 kilometers and 4.49 kilometers. Okay, now let's proceed to examples of problems involving law of cosines naman po, no? So let's have the first example. Okay, let me read. A park designer plans to build a triangular walking path connecting a playground and a garden and a picnic area. From the playground, the path to the garden is 45 meters long and the path to the picnic area is 70 meters long. The angle between these two paths is 64 degrees. Find the total length of the triangular walking path. So, mag-drawing ulit tayo ng triangle dito. It can be like this, but for you can just draw a simple triangle. So, andito po yung una, which is playground. Andito yung garden. And then, andito yung picnic area. Okay? So, from the playground, the path to the garden is 45 meters. So, ito pong side na ito ng triangle, this is 45 meters. And then, the path to the picnic area is 70 meters. Ito naman po, from playground to picnic area, 70 meters naman siya. Now, the angle between these two paths is 64. So, dito sa gitna, yung angle, included angle nila, this is 64 degrees. Okay, so yan po yung given natin. Now, our goal is to find the total length of the triangular walking path. Okay, so ano ang hahanapin natin? Yung perimeter. Okay, total length. Ibig sabihin, we are going to sum up all the measurement of these sides. Okay, so perimeter po ang hinahanap natin. Now, this is also what we call the SAS case because we have side, an included angle, and another side. Okay? So, anong law ang gagamitin? It's the cosine law. Magagamit natin dito. So, let's have the first step. Let the given be. Mag-label lang tayo. Let A or side A be 45 meters. So, ito gawin nating side A and then yung 70, yun na yung side B natin. Okay, by the way, pag nagle-label kayo, hindi naman kailangang merong pattern or merong specific na mauuna. So, it depends on you kung alin ang gusto mong maging side A and side B. As long as yung opposite nila ay nagja-jibe. Halimbawa, kung ito ang pinili nating side A, dapat itong angle na to yung angle A. And then, kung ito naman ang side B, dapat itong angle na to ang angle B. And if this is our angle C, natural, ito na yung ating side C. Okay, so mag-start tayo dito sa side C. Hahanapin natin yung side C. Okay, so let's label it side C and then let's look for side C. Dito na natin gagamitin yung cosine law. Okay, so remember, we have a formula for finding the sides, okay, the sides of a oblique triangle. So we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2 times ab cosine c. Okay, substitute lang natin yan dito. And then lahat ng mga parts, yung a natin which is 45, yung b which is 70, yung cosine c, yung angle c natin which is 64. Okay, sinubstitute na natin lahat yan. Okay? Now, pwede namang dito ika-calculator mo lang lahat yan. Yung tinuro ko po last time na shortcut, pwede po yun. Pero kung gusto nyo ng step by step, ganito po siya. Okay, so i-simplify lang natin. Okay, we have 45 squared is 2,025, 70 squared is 4,900, and then if you multiply these three numbers, magiging 6,300. Okay, simplify further, magiging 4,163.26. Pero ito ba yung side C? Hindi po, kasi ito po yung c squared pa lang siya. Now, we need to get the square root para makuha natin yung final answer, which is 64.52. Okay? Ito po yung sukat ng side C, 64.52 meters. Okay, now that we have found out the third side, pwede na nating masolve yung pinaka problem dito, which is to find the total length of the triangular walking path. So, given 45 and 70 and nakuha na natin si 64.52, we just need to add or get the total length of this triangular path. So, the perimeter is equal to the three sides, the sum of the three sides. So, 45 plus 70 plus 64.52, we will have 179.52 meters. Okay, so the total length of the triangular walking path is approximately 179.52 meters. Okay, let's have this example 4 for cosine law. No problems involving cosine law. Okay, this time a hiking trail follows a triangular route. The three paths of the trail in order are 6 kilometers, 8 kilometers, and 11 kilometers. Now find the angle formed between the first and second paths and the angle formed between the second and third paths. Okay, so try to imagine you form a triangle. Okay, dapat ganito din yung drawing ninyo, no? Dapat ganito kaganda. Hindi po, no? Basta magkaroon lang kayo ng triangle, not necessarily na ganito. Kagaya nung tinuro ko kanina, okay, we can just form a simple triangle para lang ma-visualize natin kung ano yung itsura ng triangle and kung ano yung hinahanap nating part. Alright, so we have here the given 6 kilometers, yung unang trail natin dyan, and then 8 kilometers dito, and then 11 kilometers dito pabalik. Okay, so parang ikot lang siya. Now, as you can see, ano yung mga given na yan? Are those sides or angles? Okay, obviously, they are the sides. So this is an SSS case of a triangle. So pag SSS, anong law ulit ang gagamitin? It's the cosine law. Okay, this time let us now label the parts or let the given be the following. Okay, let's have the starting point as our point A and then point B, point C, or this can be the angles, angle A, B, and C. And then the sides, of course, yung opposite ng A is side A, opposite ng C is side C, opposite ng angle B is angle B. Okay? So again, hindi naman necessarily na ganito lagi ang arrangement. Pwedeng ang A nyo is yung nandito sa last or nandito sa gitna. It's up to you. Basta yung kanilang mga opposites ay hindi po dapat magbabago. Okay, now the given is A is equal to 8 kilometers. Okay, ito po. B is 11 kilometers and then C is 6 kilometers. Now, let us find angle B. Okay? Kasi ang hinahanap natin dito is yung angle formed between the first and second path. So, kapag ito yung first path, ito yung second path, yung in between nila is itong angle na to, which is angle B. Okay, so let us find angle B. Now, how do we do that? We can use the cosine law. Pwedeng itong formula na ito ang gagamitin natin or pwedeng yung formula wherein we are directly looking for B. Okay, cosine B. So, pwede naman ganito. Okay, so parehas lang din po ang makukuha natin. Kapag ito yung ginamit natin, nag-substitute tayo. And then, ang final answer natin, it will be the same. Makukuha natin yung angle B. So, pag ganito na yung case natin, we can divide these two and then get the shift, cosine, and then answer. And then, we will get 102.64 degrees. Okay, pinakita po natin ito during our previous lesson on how to use our calculators, no? Pwede nyo pong i-practice muna yon. So again, this is our answer. B is equal to 102.64 degrees. Okay, so problem solves, one problem solved. Pero ang kailangan natin is hindi lang isa, dalawa po. Yung isa pang angle is the angle formed between the second and third paths. Okay, so if this is the second path and this is the third path, therefore, ito yung angle na in between. So, this is angle C. So, let us solve for angle C. So, again, we can use this cosine formula. Okay, pwede ulit yung isa pang form ng formula, yung angle form niya. So, here, we can now substitute. Okay, so, gamit ang ating calculator, i-follow lang natin yung process or we can do it in a shortcut way, no? And ang makukuha nating sagot dito is 32.16 degrees. Okay, so angle C is 32.16 degrees. Okay, so again, the angles formed between the first and second path is 102.64 degrees and the second and third path is 32.16 degrees. Okay, for the last sets of examples natin dito sa ating topic, which is solving problem involving sine and cosine law, this time we will include bearings problem. Ano ba itong bearings problem? Okay, let's have the definition of bearings first. Okay, itong bearings po na ito, ang ibig sabihin nito is, it's just a way to tell direction of an object or place from a starting point. So, in navigation, nagagamit ito. So, bearings are usually measured clockwise from the north. So, take note of this word. Lagi pong from the north yan. So, if we're going to illustrate this, bearings are measured clockwise from the north, meaning, ito po yung, alam naman po natin yung ating north, south, west, and then east. Okay, remember, no? And yung bearing po na hinahanap natin is, di ba, usually pag angle, manggagaling tayo dito sa baba. going counterclockwise, no? Pero dito, pag sinabing bearing, hindi na po siya counterclockwise, but rather, clockwise na po yung direction natin. Laging ito po yung initial side ng ating angle. And then, kung ano po yung measurement hanggang doon sa terminal side, pa-clockwise po yung direction. For example, from this side going to this side, this is 45 degrees. Okay? And then, from the north going to this terminal side, this is 135 degrees. Okay, now paano naman po siya sinusulat and paano po natin malalaman kung bearing po ang angle na nakasulat? Okay, malalaman po natin. Let's have the first example. Okay, so in this example number 5, we have here examples of bearings na nakakasulat po dyan. Let me just read first. On a navigation map, two coastal markers, A and B, are 60 kilometers apart on a straight east-west shoreline. A rescue team locates a small boat at point C. From markers A, the bearing of the boat is, ito na po yun. Ang basa po nito is north 35 degrees east. Or another way to read this is 35 degrees east of north. Pwedeng ganon, no? So again, north 35 degrees east. From marker B, the bearing of the same boat is north 50 degrees west, or another way to say it is 50 degrees west of north. Okay? Find the distance of the boat from each marker. Then find the shortest distance of the boat from the shoreline. Okay, so let's try to analyze the problem. Let's illustrate. First, sabi dito, on a navigation map, two coastal markers, A and B. Okay, so kung ito yung dagat, ito yung shoreline natin. Meron tayong dalawang markers dito. Let's label them as markers A and B. Okay? By the way, pag sinabi po nating coastal markers, iba po ito sa watchtower, no? Iba po ito sa mga lighthouse. These are just kumbaga sa kalsada, they are the road signs. Pero sa dagat, they are the coastal markers. These are just used to navigate, especially pag may mga barko na paparating sa shoreline, they use this to lead them to the proper direction, no? So let's say this is marker A and then this is marker B. And sabi dito sa given 60 kilometers apart, meaning the distance from each other is 60 kilometers. So straight line po yan. And straight east-west shoreline. Ibig sabihin sa direction po natin, no? Alam natin north, south, and then west po dito, and then east po dito sa side na to. So from west, and then ito naman is east. Okay? They are on opposite direction. Now, ito yung ating small boat. Sabi kasi dito, a rescue team locates a small boat at point C. Okay, let's say this is point C. Now, from marker A, the bearing of the boat is 35 degrees east of north. Ibig sabihin, north 35 degrees east. Kung ito po yung kanilang distance, yung bearing niya is ito. Ito po yung tinatawag nating bearing, no? Laging naka-base siya sa north. So mag-drawing tayo ng line, vertical line, and then this will be our north. And from the north, from this line, we will have this angle. Okay? And this angle measurement, magsisimula dito sa side na ito, it will be 35 degrees going to the east. Okay? Kumbaga parang pa-right side yung ating pagsukat ng angle. Kasi nga east going to the east side. Okay? So ito po yung north 35 degrees east na tinatawag natin. Ito na yung bearing. Now, ituloy po natin. From marker B, ito po yung marker B natin, the bearing of the same boat is north 50 degrees west. Ibig sabihin, yung distance nito, yung angle niya, okay, from the north, ito yung ating vertical line, is 50 degrees. Okay, so from this initial side up to this terminal side, ang ating angle na nabuo is 50 degrees. Ang pagsukat naman natin dito is going to the left side. Okay, kasi nga west po yung ating bearing. Okay, ibig sabihin 50 degrees west of north. So papunta dito sa left side. So ito po yung mga bearing na tinatawag natin. Laging naka-base siya sa north. Naging nakabase yung angle natin sa north. Now, let's find the distance of the boat from each marker. Okay, then find the shortest distance of the boat from the shoreline. So, dalawa po yung gagawin natin. Una is find the distance of the boat from each marker. So, ito yung boat natin. Gaano kalayo, ano yung distance niya from the first marker, and ano yung distance niya from the second marker. And lastly, find the shortest distance of the boat from the shoreline. So kung ito yung shoreline, ano yung shortest distance? Okay? Well, naturally, magiging straight line po yan, no? Kasi nga shortest distance. So magkakaroon tayo ng line dito, yun po yung isusolve natin mamaya. Okay, so let's start first with the labels. If this is point A, this will be side A. This is point B or angle B, this will be side B. And since this is point C, ito na po yung ating side C. Next, let's find the interior angles of this oblique triangle. Okay, so ano yung magiging clue natin? Yung mga bearings na po na ito, yun na yung magiging clue natin. So since A is unknown, hindi natin alam yan, we can use the concept of this 90-degree angle. So yung perpendicular angle po natin dyan, yung perpendicular line natin, it creates a 90-degree angle. Ibig sabihin, we can just subtract itong 35 degrees na ito from 90, which is 55 degrees. Makukuha na po natin yung angle dito, which is 55 degrees. Okay? Now, ganun din po dito sa angle B. So, we don't know the angle here. We just need to use this angle. Okay, since this is a 90-degree angle, we just subtract from 90. So, 50 minus 90, we have 40 degrees. Okay, so meron na po tayong mga interior angles. Okay, next, let's solve for the third angle. Ito ang angle C. Okay, so paano natin isosolve? Using the concept of interior angles, sum of interior angles of a triangle, 180 degrees minus itong 55 minus yung 40. Or we can add this first. Pwede naman nating i-add muna ito and then isubtract natin sa 180. Parehas lang din po yun. Ang makukuha natin is 85 degrees. Okay, now let's find yung distance. Ito na po yung side A. Okay, paano na natin mahahanap yung distance na yan? So, since meron na po yung mga angles natin, interior angles natin, pwede na po nating mahanap yan kasi meron din po yung isang side dito. Okay, anong law ang pwede nating gamitin? We can use the sine law. So, we can use this pairing. We have A and then sine A dito, and then C and we have here the sine C. So, let's substitute. We have angle A is 55 degrees, angle C is 85 degrees, and then C is 60 kilometers. Now, let's cross-multiply ito. Cross-multiply lang yan. And then divide both by 85 degrees. Using your calculator, you can find 49.34. Okay, so the distance from marker B, ito po, marker B, to the boat is 49.34 kilometers. Okay, now let's find the distance naman from marker A to the boat. Okay, which is itong side B. Okay, side B naman. So find B using sine law pa rin, but different pairings this time. We have B over sine B. Okay, so B is unknown. Sine B is sine 40 degrees. We have C 60 over sine 85 degrees. Cross multiply ulit and then divide both by 85 degrees. Sine 85 degrees, we will get 38.71. So our B is, the distance is 38.71 kilometers. Okay, so nasolve na natin tong first problem, yung distance from the boat going to the markers. Okay, now, ano naman ang shortest distance of the boat from the shoreline? Okay, so ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina, kung shortest distance, hindi po itong distance na ito, hindi yung B or hindi yung A ang shortest natin dyan, but rather, ito na mismo. Okay, gagawa tayo ng isang vertical line dyan. Okay, so to find the shortest distance from the boat to the shoreline, we will create a vertical line perpendicular to our horizontal line. So this will be our height. Remember, in a triangle, we have the altitude. And if you try to look closer, itong nabuo natin is mas maliit na triangle, ano? Which is actually, anong klaseng triangle po ito? This is a right triangle. Okay, so from the oblique triangle, kung naglalagay tayo ng height dito or yung altitude, may mabubuo tayong right triangle. Now, in solving for the parts of a right triangle, we will go back to the trigonometric function, no? Kasi ang hinahanap natin dito is ito, altitude, and if you're going to look back, meron po tayong tinatawag na hypotenuse, the longest side, and we have the two legs in a right triangle, no? So, parang itong altitude natin, ito na yung isang leg na isosolve natin. Okay, so let's go back to the trigonometric ratios. So, babalikan natin yung or yung sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, kasi ang involved dito is yung opposite, and then given naman po itong hypotenuse ng ating right triangle, which is 38.71 kilometers. So ito yung mga gagamitin natin, no? Okay, so sine A, substitute na natin. Ang angle natin is 55 degrees. Okay, A is 55 degrees. Ang opposite naman natin is ito ng H, yung hinahanap natin. And then yung hypotenuse is ito ng given, no? Yung nasagot na natin kanina. Okay, so it's 38.71 kilometers. So substitute lang natin. A is 55 degrees, opposite is the H, and then the hypotenuse is the 38.71. Cross multiply, and then we will now have, using our calculator, multiply lang natin ang mga ito. And then we will now have 31.71. Okay, ito na po yung measurement ng height or yung altitude. Okay, therefore, the shortest distance of the boat from the shoreline is 31.71 kilometers. Okay, so nasagot na natin yung second na problem. So again, it's a combination. Itong example po natin na ito, it's a combination of oblique triangle and at the same time yung concept ng right triangle natin. Okay, for our last example, okay, we have here example number 6, still involving bearings pa rin po ito. Okay, let's read. Two boats leave the same port at the same time. One boat travels at 25 miles per hour on a bearing of north 40 degrees east, or we can also read this as 40 degrees east of north. Okay, the other boats travel at 35 miles per hour, 60 degrees south due east. How far apart are the two boats after 1 hour? Okay, so medyo kakaiba itong pagkakasulat dito. Pag ang problem, ganito po yung pagkakasulat, sabi dyan is 60 degrees south due east. Pwede nating i-interpret ito as south 60 degrees east. Okay, pwede pong ganun ha. Pwedeng ganun yung interpretation natin. Kasi hindi ito usual na ginagamit. Okay? So let's try to illustrate first our problem. So let's say this is the port, and then we have the two boats. One boat travels at 25 miles per hour. Itong boat na ito. And then the second boat travels 35 miles per hour. Mas mabilis. Now, let's label them. So let's say itong 25 miles per hour, ito yung boat A. And then ito naman yung boat B. Okay, so this will also be point A and point B. Now, we are going to find out yung distance nung dalawang boat. How far apart are the two boats? After 1 hour lang naman. So, gaano sila kalayo sa isa't isa? We will now label the different parts. Let's say yung port natin is yung point C. Kasi nga point A na yung first boat, point B naman yung second boat natin. So, next, let's label the different parts. Opposite ng angle C is C, side C. Opposite ng angle A is A. Opposite ng angle B is side B. And let's now have the bearing. Okay, sabi kasi dito, yung bearing ng is unang boat natin, which is 25 miles per hour, is 40 degrees east of north. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito yung ating vertical line, ito yung north natin, from this side, we will measure 40 degrees going to the east. Okay, pa-right po siya. So ito na po yung ating bearing. It's north 40 degrees east. Next, paano naman po kaya ito? 35 miles per hour, 60 degrees south due east. Ano kaya ang ibig sabihin nito? 60 degrees south due east. Okay, so pwede nating i-drawing dito yung vertical line natin papuntang south. Okay, we can use this direction. And then from this point, we can now measure 60 degrees papuntang east naman po siya, no? Going to the right. So, hindi siya galing sa north, kundi galing siya sa south. Okay, pwedeng ganito po yung isang klase ng bearing na tinatawag natin. Ito kasi yung tinatawag nilang quadrant bearing. Okay, so may mga iba't ibang klase din po kasi ng bearing. May mga bearing na hindi necessarily sa north. Pwedeng yung bearing natin is manggagaling ka sa south. Pero, ang pinaka-bearing talaga na tinatawag natin is yung galing sa north, no? So, pwede rin namang ganon. So, equivalent bearing of 60 degrees south due east is ito. Pwede naman nating sabihin itong 60 degrees na ito. Kung galing ka sa north, you are just going to subtract from 180 itong 60 degrees. So, 180 degrees minus 60 degrees, it will be 120 degrees. Okay? So, ito na yung bearing from the north naman. Pwede nating sabihin this is 120 east of north. Okay? And ang hinahanap talaga natin dito is itong angle C. Itong interior angle ng ating triangle. Okay? Ito. How are we going to find this angle? So kung itong angle na ito is 40 degrees, itong buong ito is 120 degrees. And then, kung ito is 60 degrees, all we have to do is to subtract. Okay, 120 degrees minus yung 40 degrees natin, makukuha na natin yung 80 degrees. Okay, so we have here 80 degrees. Pwedeng ganun po yung pag-solve natin dyan. Okay, another way is, pwede naman po na, since alam natin na 40 degrees ito, and then ito naman is 60 degrees, so from a straight angle, we can just subtract 40 and then 60. Ganun din po ang lalabas. 80 degrees pa rin siya. Okay, now let's find the distance of A and B. Okay, pwede na nating mahanap yung distance ng A and B. Ano po ang gagamitin natin dito? We can now use the cosine law. Okay, so since given naman yung A, which is 35 miles, B, which is 25 miles, pati na rin yung angle C, which is 80 degrees, pwede na nating masolve si side C. Okay, so let's just substitute. Okay, substitute lang natin using our calculator. We can simplify. 35 squared is 1,225. 25 squared is 625. Multiply lang natin tong mga to. And we can now have 1,546.11. Pero ito po yung C squared. So we just need to get the square root pa rin para makuha natin yung final value ni C, which is 39.32. Ang kanyang unit ay miles. Okay, so therefore the two boats are approximately 39.32 miles apart. Okay, so yun po yung solution natin in this kind of problem. Okay, so I hope na naintindihan nyo yung mga examples natin. Okay, for you to master this topic, you can answer these activities. Okay, meron po tayong 6 items dito. You're going to solve each problem completely, draw a diagram when needed. Okay, mag-drawing kayo ng simple triangle lang and then label nyo siya and then find the missing. Okay, kung ano yung hinahanap sa problem. Identify the given information, choose the appropriate law, and write the final answer with units. Okay, so yung number 4 to 6, ito po, you can screenshot and then try to go back to the previous examples kasi almost similar problems lang din po ang mga ito. Okay? So, you can base it on our previous examples para po masagot nyo itong mga activities na ito. And you can check this with your teachers, especially if your teachers are also using our PowerPoint products. Pwede po nila itong ma-check. Okay? So, again, Before I go, thank you very much for listening. I hope meron po ulit kayong natutunan sa ating topic for today, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye-bye and God bless po sa ating lahat. Kung meron kang natutunan sa video na ito, please click the subscribe button to support this channel para mas matulungan ulit kita sa mga susunod mo pang math lessons. Lagi mong tatandaan, ang math ay para sa lahat. At ako si Teacher Van, nagsasabing dito sa Math Isip, lamang ang nag-iisip. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.